Hello there, I'm Jazzy. I bet you already know that because of the intro. So I made a webtoon back in 2020.
The Dark Ages.
Why did I make this webtoon? To be fully transparent, it was because of COVID. I thought I was gonna get sick and perish or the world was going to end. So I sat down and asked myself, if I was gone tomorrow, would I be satisfied? And the answer was no. I wanted to go out with a bang, so I decided to pursue a big project, a comic. So I found an old doodle of a couple and decided they're going to be in a rom-com now. I whipped up a character sheet, adding some side characters, and bam, my webtoon was born. I didn't write a script or do any thumbnails. I just went in head first. But then the world didn't perish, and I realized my future was still ahead of me. Drawing was the only thing I was good at, so I chose to attend a small art institute. Art school was a heavy workload, so my webtoon just disappeared into the abyss, never to be seen again. Until now. So I graduated college and got an art-related job from the jump. It was great, but then I got a wrist injury and I thought I was never going to draw again. I have to say this injury opened my mind a lot. It made me realize I do like being an artist. I originally saw art as just a job opportunity, not a passion, something I can live without, and I can just find a new hobby if I get sick of it. But when I found out I couldn't draw anymore, I was devastated. It was a huge crybaby. I now know art is what I love to do, and I don't ever want to stop creating. Through the tears, I decided to look back on all the art I've done, which led me back to my webtoon, Let the Flowers Bloom. And it's actually not that bad. As a teenager without any knowledge on comics, I give it a C+. I'm so proud of my art. I apologize to my younger self because I was so hard on them. Getting harshly critiqued all the time in college led to noticing all my flaws and never wanting to see my work, even though I should have sat down and applauded myself for what I accomplished. I was ashamed to say I was even an animator, even though that was my major. But these are pretty coolio. I am my biggest hater, I swear. Please cherish your work and be proud of yourself. It took me years and an injured wrist to confidently say I'm an artist, and I love being one. I love my webtoon as it is, flaws and all, but I believe I have improved since graduating art school, so I wanted to try redesigning the main cast of Let the Flowers Bloom. Let's get into it! Follow me! I'm so stuffy, oh my god. So Andrew is our protagonist. We see him get hyped over starting a new job, but sadly got fired on his first day. Taylor is our other protagonist who wants to help him find a new one. He's against it at first because he wants to prove he can be independent, but eventually agrees with her, claiming if she helps him find a job, he'll help her bloom, which is super vague. I don't even understand it. Maybe it means helping her be more open with people, I guess. I don't know. I made this when I was a teenager. Shut the fudge up. Damn. This redesign is going to be difficult because I actually love how he looks, but I just wanted to see what I can exaggerate here. I love all the characters actually, even though I just whipped them up in like an hour. I think I grew attached to them because I made the comic. I got to single-handedly see their story come to life, so seeing these characters look different feels pretty surreal for some reason. So with Andrew's design, I want him to look a bit goofy and bouncy. I enjoy his hair being red because it sets his mood. He gets angered pretty easily. I wanted him to have food-themed clothes. In almost each chapter, he wears clothes like this. It's to pay homage to his last job, which was cooking for his family restaurant. One of the main things I wanted to improve with these designs was the faces. I suffer from same face syndrome. I wanted everyone to be unique. I know looking at these characters, they are different from one another, but I wanted to push that even further. Everyone has the same nose. I have struggled with noses and it's very apparent. I know there are comics where the characters do have similarities because of their style, but I personally want to improve with facial features. I have redrawn Andrew and Taylor 2 years ago? Damn, time flies by. I remember drawing this like it was yesterday. I totally forgot that I animated these two a while back as well. It was for that one opening trend with Lum. I loved it. I hate that I never got to finish it, but maybe I will someday with the new designs. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I never realized how deathly pale Andrew was in the comic. In my redraws, I made him darker and I thought that's how he looked. I was so wrong. I am now melanating Andrew. He is supposed to be biracial though, so not that surprised that he's light-skinned. He's supposed to be black and white. Jamaican and Jewish to be exact. And yes, I chose those two backgrounds because they start with a J. My teenage self was just thinking of whatever, I guess. Don't be too surprised, but our other protagonist is also mixed. Why, you ask? 'Cause I'm mixed and I want representation. And I better not hear some, what about Zendaya? She literally plays characters that are written to be monoracially black. It's probably a Hollywood issue. I bet white casting directors just see a mixed person and view them as just one race, so they believe it gets the job done. I think the worst case of this was in the movie The Darkest Minds. We literally see a dark-skinned black girl in the beginning, and we have a time skip to her. Like, what the actual fudge is this? I'm getting sick of mixed actors getting roles for monoracial black actors. It's literally a lose-lose situation. It takes away opportunities to write characters that are biracial and misrepresents black characters by showing them to be mixed. And I know there are mixed people that can be perceived as just black, but even then, biracial people that look like that deserve to be seen too, and not as monoracial, but of what they are. Mixed. Anyways, my only good representation is Twitches. How I want to draw these redesigns is that I'm giving each character a new casual outfit, but also redrawing how they look in the newest chapter. Because fun fact, I would like to finish this part of the story. All the characters are helping this young boy find his dog. Do they ever find him? We do not know. I thought it would be boring drawing Andrew because men's clothing can be kinda, well, you know, boring, but overall I love how Andrew looks. He's a cutie pie. Taylor is again our other protagonist. She wants to help Andrew get a job. From the beginning, it's established she hasn't interacted with someone in a long time. She really tries to keep everything together and hype up whatever is happening. In other words, she is a people pleaser. She pleases people so much that it's later revealed she doesn't know anything or much about herself because no one took the time to get to know her. Taylor is supposed to be Asian, white American, and Taiwanese. She can be perceived as white, which is okay, but when I designed Taylor, I never sat down and tried to study how to draw people of color from all over the world. I usually stick with the same head shapes or eye shapes, and I want to get out of that. I bet I unintentionally made Andrew and Taylor white passing because I guess I get mixed reviews. You get it? Anyways, I do love Taylor's design, but I am not a fan of her body type. I wanted Taylor to be a petite woman, but when I look at her, she looks like a literal child. You can tell I struggled with body proportions. They are too similar to Luella, another character in this comic who is 15. Another thing I don't enjoy is her outfits. They don't feel like Taylor at all. I decided to find some inspo pics of what clothing aesthetic that she has. It's very floral and dainty, but also cozy. At work, I tried doodling Taylor and it turned out so good. This is Taylor, so I'm using this as a reference for the final result. Her outfit in the most recent chapter seems so out of place. Maybe something I thought was cute at the time and just put it on her, not really thinking if she would wear it. I changed it to a comfy cardigan outfit. For her casual outfit, I had to get rid of the iconic turtleneck and poofy skirt. She has been wearing this since she first existed. You just had to learn to let things go, please. I did incorporate some aspects of it into the new outfit. I'm happy with how she turned out though. She's really cute. Naomi is a local librarian. She fired Andrew on the day she hired him. Due to her feeling bad about that, she decides to help him find a new job. Just like Taylor, she does not have any friends. She consumes herself in the books she reads. She is a mega bookworm. She has a hard time understanding social cues and has an RBF. But seeing the weird hijinks Andrew goes through makes her want to open herself up to friendship. I would like her to be a weeb and also just keep making references to obscure books she read to relate to specific situations. With her outfits, I don't mind them. I don't know how to feel about the outfit she appeared in though. The most recent one is cute. I like the jean jacket, but they don't give off who she is. Her style is like a comfy, elegant aesthetic. I decided that she'll always have a bag on her to have books on standby. It'll be like a Mary Poppins bag. I sadly got rid of her round glasses. I just didn't think they stood out because so much of her design is round. So the new rectangle frames give contrast to her overall look. I really need to flesh her out as a character more. What are her flaws, her goals? I just need to sit down and think about those things before getting back into the comic. Her and these other characters in the lineup that still never appeared in the comic. This isn't surprising because I just created them on the spot, but they deserve more depth. That's why I only gave her one outfit, because maybe down the line when she gets more lore, her aesthetic will change. I might make a video about the underdeveloped characters and try to figure out their story. Overall, I think she looks really cute and I liked how she turned out. Luella is a high school freshman. She's a trickster and an instigator. She represents how I was in high school. I gravitated towards older people at times to not deal with my troubles with others in my age group. Being with adults remind me that I was a child. I do not like how she's at Taylor's house though. Like, why is she in a grown adult's house? Like, it ain't a big deal. I just didn't think about that while drawing it, but I'm changing that. Luella only pops up by chance, like at the library or goofing off at Taylor's flower shop. And what I mean by change, I mean moving forward if I ever get back into making this. I know there are webtoon creators that go back and redo chapters, but not for me. It'll just stay as a time capsule. I made my bed, I'll just lie in it sadly. Luella doesn't want to get older and deal with change. Her friends at school have dreams for the future, they join sports and talk about college. She doesn't want to hear it. She likes things the way they are. Luella has always been fun to draw. Her outfit in the newest chapter is so generic though. Can you tell she's a teenager? She has the jean shorts with the leggings underneath. This is so overused in movies and TV shows. I hate it. Her new outfits are going to be sporty and cozy. Her design is probably the one that changed the least, which goes with her story arc, I guess. I contemplating giving her a jumper for her uniform outfit because I don't see those often when representing uniforms, but sadly I got rid of it due to her design being a bit too much at the top, so I gave her the same old collared shirt and the khaki skirt. She was by far the easiest to draw. Here she is. She is my literal child. What a cutie patootie. Another kid in this lineup that I'm so confused about. Like, why are you here all alone? And all you adults aren't questioning that? Anyways, this kid lost his dog and needs Andrew to find him. He proclaims to be a superhero and his dog is his trusty sidekick. He's also a cutie patootie. There's not much to say right now about him. He's another underdeveloped character. Let the Flowers Bloom is supposed to be a rom-com and a slice of life. I wanted each character to have an arc. It's like Skip and Loafer vibes. The goal was to have characters that wouldn't likely bump into each other have some sort of connection. I still have to think of an arc for Adonis though. He does have a guardian, so don't worry. I designed his dad a while back, which also deserves a redesign. I was gonna say Adonis is the most recent character to be introduced, but I am wrong. It's actually Andrew's cousin, Nia. Am I gonna redesign her right now? No. Another video, I guess. I'm sorry about that. All this redesigning is taking a toll on me. Okay, cut me some slack. I fixed his gray hair because what the heck is that? I did this to any character that's supposed to have black hair. Just use the color black. Like, god damn, it looks so weird. I made him short and stout. I already loved how he looked before and was really scared to change him, but OMG, he looks so adorable. I was so happy with the final result. I didn't think he could get any cuter, but I was dead wrong. Now this is the part that I've been waiting for. In this portion of the video, I'm taking panels from the webtoon and implementing the new designs. The first one that I chose is with most of the cast. I can see what I was going for, but it feels off. I didn't have a grasp on camera angles or composition. It seems that I kept trying to fit everyone in the panel without actually thinking about being visually appealing. I'm constantly drawing everyone's full body, but we don't have to always do that. We get that these characters are here. Let's dial it down a bit. The more I look at this panel, the more I can't stand how tiny Taylor is. Luella looks adorable though, so I don't hate it. We are getting to those panels later. With my second go at it, I decided to have Taylor in the foreground because the caller yelling hey is the closest to her. It also settles the foreground, middle, and background while creating contrast with everyone's shapes. The background is meh. I didn't know what to do with it, so I added some clouds. Do I like it? I guess. I've never been too amazing at background, sadly, but it gets the job done. I like how this one turned out. While doing the redesigns, I thought the changes I made to them weren't that apparent, but even then, subtle changes can be really impactful. I didn't expect this redraw to be this drastic. I think I improved a lot. The second panel I chose is supposed to be a triumphant moment. The three of them are agreeing to go save Andrew. This drawing gets the job done. Like, it's not awful. But why is Taylor looking like a literal toddler? Like, please stop. We can barely tell Naomi is even wearing glasses. Why is the line art for them so thin? And we're back with everyone on the same level and the camera is just right in front of them. This is so fun to look at, why? These three are trying to save the day, so I chose an upshot. Luella is still kind of off about what's happening, so I made her little and off to the side. I love how Taylor's arm is breaking through the border. I did change my brush for the line art to the one that I use with all my artwork right now. I just like the texture of it. I do understand why I used a more clean and smoother brush for the first panel redraw to try to replicate the comic's look. I don't hate either one of these, but if I did choose to head back into the comic, I actually don't know which brush I would use. I tried to make my life easier and get a book brush for the background, but it just didn't look right, so I had to actually draw the books in. And my misery now. The end result to this panel is pretty coolio. This was super fun to draw, actually. I'm very surprised. Until I got to the background, though. I literally can't fathom how I drew this comic. Drawing comics is hard. I specialized in sequential art in college, and yeah, the end result of a comic is cool, but damn, it's a lot of work. But I also got my wrist jacked up right now, so I guess that changes things. But yeah, this turned out pretty cool. Okay, last one. Before I go into the panel I despise, here are some honorable mentions. I don't think I understood this sitting position. She's literally doing a core workout, like what the fudge, and in certain other panels she's sitting just fine, so I don't know. I don't know why I drew it like this. This is another awkward pose. Andrew does look cunty though, so I don't mind it too much. Sadly, the characters are in an empty void, but this happens in almost every panel, so I ain't that mad. I'm happy I gradually started adding backgrounds. They ain't great, but they get the job done. Now, finally, we are going to witness my most hated panel. Drum roll, please. It's Luella holding a chocolate chip cookie. I bet people are going to say, Jesse, it isn't that bad. Shut up. Who holds a cookie like that? And if you do, don't talk to me. Look at the tangent that's happening with the poorly drawn glass of milk. I don't even understand what's happening with the background. I hate looking at it. And in the next panel, she's still holding the cookie like that. And look at Taylor acting all woo with two hands eating the cookie like, girl, please stop. And where are Naomi's eyebrows? I hate this comic. It's so ugly. Anyways, I would change the whole scene. Again, Taylor shouldn't be having little kids over her house. This little hangout would happen downstairs while Taylor is taking care of her flowers and doing her job. I also hate Taylor's apartment setup. She doesn't have any friends, so why would she have this big table? At least I added cushions because I wasn't going to be adding all those chairs. I would not want to draw that. Taylor would still have offered snacks since they are all hanging out at her shop, but these sweets are just something Taylor has in her pantry, nothing baked. Because one thing about Taylor is that she cannot cook to save her life. I'm so happy I redrew this panel. It was so life-changing. I'm really happy with the depth. Again, just playing with foreground, middle ground, background, having all the characters in, but not like, you know, having them all in the same plane, having just the camera just right in front of them to be boring. It's just a lot more dynamic and I love it a lot. It felt like a demon got off my back. I'm finally free. Do I still suck at backgrounds? Yes, but we ain't focusing on that, so you better not bring that up. This was a great experience. I would recommend this to any artist. Make a webtoon without any prep work and stay at it for like 2 years. Don't even think about the comic for a real hot minute, like forget that it even exists. And then draw some panels. Well, redraw some panels. Trust me, it's awesome. To be serious though, thank you for sticking with me. I can't believe more than 1,000 people subscribed to my story and supported me. Sorry for the long hiatus. You might not be seeing a long chapter anytime soon, but I will for sure be making content with these characters, like art trends or little short comics. Also, if you are a person that has cool characters and want to make a comic and you keep saying you'll get to it eventually, just start it. I know it's easier to say that, but trust me, just make it. Yeah, my webtoon isn't great, but I'm so happy I tried. I can confidently say that I have a story out there. Thank you, younger me. And if you think no one will read it, bro, drop the title of your comic and where to read it in the comment section. I will be your biggest fan. I'll read every chapter. Anywho, I am still going through recovery with my wrist, so I'm sorry I can't shoot out a lot of videos at the moment. I love making them. I have so many ideas for videos, so stay tuned in. Make sure to check out my other videos if this is your first time seeing me. I think that is all for me. See you!